Well, hello champions, and welcome back to It's DawnyWawnyTime. DawnyWawny is here today with a new video, and it is cooking time with DawnyWawny. As you can see, I have 3 tea bags here. So today I'm going to show you my recipe for making a tropical, fruity tasting sweet iced tea. If you live in the South, you know that sweet tea is prevalent everywhere. They sell it in all the restaurants. It's just a southern thing. So today I'm going to show you a really quick, easy recipe to put a different spin on just a plain old regular sweet tea without using a lot of sugar. The products I'm going to be using have sugar in them, so therefore you don't have to add too much, if any at all, additional sugar. So, as you can see, we're starting out with, I have 3 different tea bags here. Now, let's just take the raspberry out. If you just wanted to start out with just regular tea bags, you could do that. And I use the Lausanne tea bags. This is the family size tea bag, okay? And it'll just brew to regular tea. But because y'all know I like to do a different spin on everything, I add in a tea bag of raspberry tea just to get it started. Okay, again, that way it gives me some raspberry taste, and then I can add my other ingredients to give it that more tropical, fruity tasting tea. Now, if you go in places like Chili's or Applebee's or someplace like that, and they have flavored teas, okay? And they're not necessarily using tea bags, flavored tea bags. So this is kind of a spin-off from that. You can get mango teas, you can get peach teas, you can get strawberry teas, you can get a lot of any type of flavored tea that you want to get. And again, they don't always start out with a flavored tea bag. Most times they're just starting out with just regular tea bags, okay? So, I'm going to show you my recipe, okay? Now, I've already got my water boiling. And you want your water to be very good and hot and come to a full boil, all right? And then you want to turn it off and put your tea bags in and let them steep. So, it looks like my water is at a full boil, okay? So now I'm going to begin to turn it off and then put my tea bags in. I have turned off my water and I am going to add my tea bags so that they can begin to steep. And I just set them off. We don't want it to get by that. I just set them off in the boiling water so that they can begin to steep. Now I use the family size tea bags. Okay, this in the raspberry is a normal size tea bag. Okay, so we're going to put those in there and just let them steep. Okay, I'm going to add one more raspberry tea bag. Now, as you can see, the water is already starting to turn to tea. The tea is starting to go into the water, and I kind of push them down in there. So the longer you let the tea bags steep in the water, the stronger your tea will be. Okay. Now I'm just making a small batch. I'm not making a really big batch because we're not having company or anything today. So I don't need to, ooh, I'm getting ready to stick my finger in that hot water. So I don't really need to make a big batch of tea. My husband doesn't drink tea, so this is just something that's just for me. And I don't drink a lot of tea. This tea is not decaffeinated. And so if you drink tea, if I drink tea, and I would think that this would be the same, drink a lot of tea, then I need to follow it up with drinking a lot of water to keep my system fairly well cleansed out. So I don't drink it a whole lot. But every now and again, I want me a nice cold glass of sweet tea. And I just don't always like to drink just regular sweet tea. I like to have some flavor in my tea. Y'all know I am a flavor junkie. So I'm going to let this steep for about 5 minutes. And then we'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, I have let it steep, and now you see the color of my tea. And when you see people doing this with their tea bags, whether they're making 1 cup of tea or a whole pot of tea like I'm making, you're pretty much just steeping it. It's just a quick way to steep it and get the flavors all the way through it, okay? So, we're now going to take these tea bags out and go from here. Yes. Okay, so now that's my tea. So now I have a pitcher here, and I'm just going to pour this tea into the pitcher. Okay? And we're done with that. So now, here's where it gets somewhat exotic, I guess you could say. I'm trying to get my camera straight. Okay, so the rest of my ingredients, y'all know that I like to use flavored syrups and things of that nature. So the rest of my ingredients are going to be peach syrup, peach flavored syrup. It's going to be real lemon juice. Now, if you want to use real lemons and slice them up and do that, you're more than welcome to do that. But I'm all about the easy life, and I don't have any real lemons, so this is the next best thing to that. And then we're also going to use some pineapple juice. Any pineapple juice will do. Now, let's say for instance that you had not used the raspberry tea bag. Then, of course, you can use raspberry flavored syrup, because this is the stuff that they use in Chili's and Applebee's. This brand is what they use in Chili's, Applebee's, any place that they're doing flavored teas. They're using a syrup. They're not using a tea bag that's flavored. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, oh, and of course sugar. Okay. Now, the first thing that we're going to do while it's hot is we're going to go ahead and add our sugar. Because that way when your tea, your water is hot, your sugar easily absorbs. And this is a 1 tablespoon measuring scoop I'm using. So we're going to go, you can add as much sugar as you want. But I generally start out with like 6 tablespoons. Because I'm using a flavored tea, flavored syrups, and we're going to stir that up to get it going. Okay? Now you can just make regular old tea. You know, add your sugar and your ice and call it a day, and you got some good old sweet tea. The thing in the South is the difference between sweet tea in the South and sweet tea in the rest of the country is the fact that Southerners like their tea sweet. If you talking about having some sweet tea, they want it sweet. I'm talking about diabetic sweet, like sugar shock sweet. Okay, so that's why I use the flavored syrups. So now we're going to pour in our peach syrup, and oh, y'all can't even see what's going on, Lord. Okay, there we go. And so this is what I have left. I mean, I've already poured a little. It was probably about right to here, so I'm just gonna pour all of this in here and empty this bottle on up so that we are done with this bottle. And then I'm going to stir, and after everything you add, you want to stir. Okay, to get it all, and you want to add the stuff, the syrup, the sugars, and all of that while your tea is still hot. I generally add my ice. That's the last step. Okay, so now, because I didn't have a lot of the peach tea, the peach syrup, I'm getting ready to add some raspberry to that, just to give it an oomph. It's going to enhance the raspberry taste. And we're going to stir. Okay? Now at this point, I kind of want to taste it and see if I need anything. And I know it's hot, but we're going to try to see. Oh, that's very good. Very good. So now I'm going to add my pineapple juice. And we're going to shake it up real good. Like I said, any pineapple juice will do. And I'm using this little can, and I'm just going to pour the whole can in. And this can is, what size is it? 6 fluid ounces. Okay? And we're going to stir that up as well. And again, we're going to test it and see. Oh yes, oh yes, that pineapple really took it to the tropics. Okay, and now the final thing is I'm going to add my real lemon. Now, I don't really put a lot of lemon. I put some, and then I taste it for the simple reason that lemon can be overbearing. So, oh, y'all, I wish you could taste it. Just a little bit more lemon, because it is absolutely tropical. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm also going to add just a little bit more sugar. And see, that's why you have to taste as you go along, champions. You have to taste as you go along. So it came out to this batch, I probably added half a cup of sugar. Okay? And we're going to taste. We're going to stir. And then we're going to taste. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now, we're done adding stuff. So once you get it tasting the way that you want it to taste, I will tell you that once you add your ice, it's going to dilute it down a little bit. So you probably want to give it a lot of flavor to begin with, and then once you add your ice, that water, that extra water is going to dilute that flavor down to the perfection of tropical. Okay, so now that I have my ice, I'm going to just add my ice to this. And stir. And as you can see, it's not even looking like the regular dark tea, because we've just added a tremendous amount of flavor. And I've also found that making it this way, people that don't really drink tea find it a little bit more bearable to drink. Oh, delicious. And so at this point, we're done. And we are just going to pour us a glass of sweet tea. Let me get some more ice in the glass. Y'all know y'all saying you should have all this stuff there. Y'all know I just cook, child. I just cook. At this point, it's a very good, refreshing drink. And you can garnish it with strawberries or pineapples or lemon wedges or whatever you like to garnish it with, or you can just drink it straight like it is. So that's it for today, champions. I have just given you my awesome tropical flavored sweet tea. And until the next video, I want you all to be blessed. I want to say thank you all for always supporting my channel. To my new champions, thank you so much for joining our family here. If you like these type of videos, please thumbs up this video. If you happened up on my channel, hit that subscribe button, because it's right down there. It's right down there, and it's free, and I truly would appreciate your support. So I'm going to sign off now, and until the next video, just be wonderfully blessed and have a great day. And remember to smile because it helps to make the world a brighter place. Smooches!